Hi Flow members, my name is Susan and today we're going to be doing a Barre-Pilates Fusion class. Class should be about 45 to 50 minutes. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to start with some classic standing bar work and then we'll finish down on the mat for some Pilates work. So some optional props today. I have 2 gliders or alternatives, and these are completely optional anyway. But if you're on carpet, a frisbee or a Tupperware lid or even a sock works really well to help you glide along that floor. If you're on a hardwood floor, a small towel or a sock works well for that also. And if you'd like to, go ahead and grab a chair or a countertop or even the wall. We'll be using it as our bar. So for today's purposes, I might refer to the chair as our bar. We won't need it just yet, so I'm gonna set it off to the side. But feel free to grab one in case you'd like to use it later. Make sure you have your water ready. And we're gonna start in our first position parallel. So feet are right underneath those sit bones. We're gonna start with hands on the hips and take some demi-pliés. So we want the shoulders to stay right over the hips, tailbone is heavy, pointing down towards the floor, and demi-plié. And I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see that I'm not sticking my bottom out here. I'm setting my tailbone straight to the floor. It's not a big movement. Really stretch out those Achilles. We wanna keep those heels down. We're gonna take 4 more here. 4, and stretch, and 3, and stretch, and 2, and last one here. And now we're gonna take a releve. We're gonna lift the heels up, hands stay on the hips, up and down. As you lower down out of that releve, I want you to think about staying just as tall in the rest of the body. So even though the heels are coming down, try to keep the rest of you nice and tall. And up and down. 4 more here. Even though we're in a parallel position, rather than heels together in a standard first position, I want you to think about squeezing a ball in between those ankles. So you've got that energy pulling in between those legs. We're gonna add arms on the second set. We're going back to our pliés. Arms start here low. As you plie, you're gonna bring those arms center and down and center. So that same plie, tailbone going straight down to the floor, knees going right over the toes, stretching the Achilles, keeping those heels down. 4, and up, and 3, and 2. 1 more here, we take it back to our releve. We're gonna add arms. They're gonna look like snow angels, sweeping out, up overhead, out and back down to the start as those heels lift. So think everything goes up together, everything comes down together. And lift, still squeezing that imaginary ball in between those ankles. So we have that connection even though our heels and our ankles are not actually touching. And down, 4 more here. Hopefully you're getting a few cracks in those ankles and feet like I am. Nice. Last 2. And last one. All right, let's take a nice wide second position. Feel free to hold on to that chair if we need it for balance here. Want to be nice and wide, toes turned out now. So we're no longer parallel like we just were. Hands to the hips to start. And a deep plie. Knees land right over those ankles. Push those knees out so they're lined up with those toes and not rolling on the inside. And up, full range. Down, and up, and down, and up, and down. Let's add some arms here. Arms open to second. They're gonna go up overhead as you go down, down, and back to second, and second, and second. Let's take half range. I'm gonna hold my arms in second. I'm gonna go all the way down, halfway up. So it's not a pulse, it's a half range movement. Nice and controlled. Keep breathing. Nice wide wingspan with those arms reaching all the way through the fingertips. If those shoulders are starting to talk, go ahead and place those hands back on the hips. 2 more here, we're gonna hold it for a pulse. Here we go. This one, we hold down little pulses, tiny movement. Think sit, low, and low. Keep breathing, easy shoulders. Shoulders right over those hips. 8 more here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it low, lift your right heel, and down, and left, and down, and up, and down. Don't worry if you're on a different foot than I am. Just keep alternating, switching side to side. 4, 3, 2. We're gonna lift both heels at the same time. A lot of balance. Up and down. Try to keep the body low as you lift those heels. And lift, and down, and lift. 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, hold those heels up, sink lower in the legs. Hold it here and just float side to side. Float, and float, and float. Keep it nice and still in the rest of the body. Hold it nice and center, arms only. Forward, and open, and forward, and open. Heels still lifted. 4 more here. It's 4, feel that back working. 3, belly tight. 2, and last one. Nice job, let's stretch up. All right, take those toes forward so we're in parallel, and we're going to go side to side. We're going to reach overhead, right alongside the ear, and reach. And reach. Other arm just reaches down to the floor, so we're stretching in opposite directions. Reach, and reach. 4, and 3, and 2. Now we're gonna reach across for a twist. Push across, and push, and push, and push. Pull that shoulder around. All right, last 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna take it low to the ankles, low to the toes. Reach, and reach. Try to keep your chest up, back flat. Stay low in the legs as best you can. Going side to side rather than coming up and over. We're gonna do that in just a moment. For this one, stay low. Like you're underneath a low ceiling going side to side. And this is 4, 3, 2. We're gonna keep the same motion of the upper body. Now you get to go up and over with the legs. Up and down, and reach, and reach. And low. Keep breathing. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. All right, we have a little cardio burst now. We're gonna take either a modified jack, if you wanna keep it low impact, or a full jumping jack, if you wanna do high impact. Your choice. Again, modified jack, stepping out, the arms go overhead each time, or a full jumping jack. Just getting that heart rate up, just a small cardio burst here. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it center. Low impact marches. Pull that knee right up into your chest. If you want to make it more cardio, high impact, give me high knees. Jog it out. This is our last little movement for our little cardio burst here. Again, marches are absolutely fine. Push off the floor with those toes. Spring that leg up. More high knees. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Nicely done. We're gonna walk out to a high plank here. So go ahead and roll down, stretch out your spine, bend your knees when you need to, reach that mat. Walk out, keep your hips nice and still. Find that strong plank. Armpits pulling in, chest reaching forward. And take some steps out to the side. Step out, tap the floor, step back in. Out and tap, and in. Tap. And tap. Reach. And tap. One more time each side. Tap, in, tap, hold it here. We're gonna pull one knee in, other knee in. Back to your full plank. Knee, knee, back to your full plank. Of course, you can always come down to forearms to modify for wrists. You can always hold that plank and eliminate the movement. All are fine. In, back, back. 2 more. Here we go. Last one, we're holding it in. Hold in that position, a little bear hold. We're gonna drop down onto those forearms and come back up. And lower down, try to keep the bottom off the heels as best you can. And lower down, elbows do not have to touch. You go as far as you can. And up for 4. And up. And 3. And up. And 2. And up. Last time. And up. Hold it here. Lower those knees down. Take 1 cat and cow here. And then 1 wiggle side to side. Look back. Reach the shoulder for the hip. Back through center. Look back. Reach the shoulder for the hip. And back through center. Here we go. We're coming down onto the forearms. Full long plank. We're going to take leg lifts here. Up. And lift. And lift. Working from the glute. Try to keep that knee nice and long. And up. And up. 1 more time each side. Hold it here. Tap 1 knee. Stretch it straight. Tap the other. Nice, slow, alternating knee taps. Let's take it double time. Tap, and tap, and tap, and tap. 4, 3, 2, both knees tap together. Tap and press. Tap and press. And press. And press. 2 more. Hold it here. Swing the hips side to side. This is the last one. And then we take a small rest. And swing. And swing. Swing. 4 more sets. 4. And swing. 3. Dip. 2. Last time. Hold it center. Reestablish that plank. Then drop those knees. And press back into a much deserved child's pose. Stretch it out. All right. We're going to come on up. Now, if you'd like to use those gliders, go ahead and grab them now. I'm going to fold up my mat and move it out of the way so I can glide. I have space to glide. So we're going to put 1 foot on each glider. And then we're going to come to our second position that we had earlier. Heels pointing in, toes pointing out. And we're going to take a nice deep squat. And this is one where you might want to use, because we are on those gliders, you might want to use that chair as your bar. Feel free, nice light touch. Here we go. Down and up, and down and up, and up, and down, and stretch, and stretch. 2 more here. Tailbone heavy. Down. Half range, just like we did before. We got a little bit more inner thigh work happening right now because of those gliders. We're trying to hold them in place. They're gonna come into play a little bit more in just a moment. When we take that hold, we're gonna shift those legs around on those gliders. 2 more. Last time, here are your pulses. Sit, and sit, and sit. Now, if you don't need that chair, you're welcome to bring that other hand to your hip. Both are fine. Don't be afraid to use that chair. 4, 3, 2, we're holding that squat. Swivel the legs in, give me a pulse, and out, pulse. And in, parallel, and turned out, and in, and out. And in, and out. 4, 3, and 2. Last time. Stretch those legs up. We're going to lose one of the gliders. So I'm going to keep my right foot on the glider. My left leg is going to be the working leg. I'm also gonna give myself a little bit more space to work here. I'm gonna use that chair here, just a light hold. We're still turned out, and we're gonna take a bit of a rond-de-jambe sequence here. So I'm gonna bend into that standing leg. My left leg, my right leg is lightly on that glider. And I'm gonna open my arm to a second position. Feel free to keep it on your hip. I'm gonna send my leg forward, just sweeping it forward, and then sweep it out to the side to second again. My arm is gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna reach it forward, and I reach it open, and forward. Staying low in the standing leg. Both legs are turned out here. Externally rotated from the hips. And out. And out. Two more. And open. One more. We hold it to the side. Hold it here, little pulses. Down. And down. And down. Keep breathing. Easy shoulder. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Give it a little stretch here. Now we're gonna go from the side to the back. The arm is going to be second, and then it's gonna reach forward right in line with your shoulder, chest up. When you go to the back, we want just a tiny lean forward in that torso. So we've got a long line, and we're not totally upright here because you can see that loads into my lower back. So from the side, you can straighten up. Then when you take it to the back, just a tiny pitch forward to lengthen out that lower back. Here we go. Little bend into that standing left leg, arm open to second. It goes side and back. Open side, and back, and side, and back, and side, and back, and side. 4, 3, 2, hips are square. Last one, hold it back, pulse it back, and down. Shoulders are just a little bit forward, but chest is lifted. Light touch on that chair. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stretch it up. All right, now we're gonna take a full arc all the way around. So we're gonna go back to front all the way. Back to front. Arm is gonna go to second, overhead when the leg comes in front. To second when the leg goes behind. Overhead when the leg comes in front. Here we go. And forward. And back. Sweep it all the way around. That standing leg is bent. Demi-plie. Small squat. 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it here, little pulses. Down and down. Of course, if that shoulder is starting to bother you, take that hand to the hip. You should be feeling this leg quite a bit. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, hold it here. Lift that foot up. And then we're gonna take the other arm up if we can. See if we can find that balance. 4, 3, shoulders down, and rest. Let's bring that leg in, legs together. You can leave that glider there if you're using that glider, and just take a nice forward fold. Stretch it out. Ooh, and rounding up, stacking the spine up tall. Go ahead and grab a sip of water. All right, we're gonna take both gliders back. We're going back to that turned out position. Now for this one, if you'd like to use the chair, you can bring it in front of you. I'm gonna show that in just a moment after we get the movement going. So we're gonna be in that turned out position again. And we're gonna be taking that same wide plie, deep plie in second. We're gonna alternate sides. So I'm gonna start going to my right, down, and then zipping up and in. And then down, and zipping up and in. So we want the legs to be working equally here. We don't want to kind of fall into a side lunge or lean to pull that leg back in. Both legs bend and land at the same time, both legs zip in. If you're using that chair, go ahead and bring it right in front of you and hold on to it there. So you've got that support here rather than off to the side, because it's going to get in the way of that movement if it's on your side. And if you don't need it, just place it off to the side. And I'm going to leave my hands on my hips here. Maybe feeling those inner thighs here. Making sure those knees are landing right over those ankles. We don't want to overflex those knees, pressing those knees open over the toes. Not allowing them to collapse in. All right, one more, we're gonna hold it. We're holding it here. We're gonna press those knees open and open and open. Never allowing them to go further in than that first position. Just pressing wider from there. 8 more here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good, and zip it up and in to finish it off. We're gonna place one of those gliders off to the side again. We have that rondation sequence on the other side. So I'm gonna take my chair and move it to the other side so I have that bar on this side. Now it's my right leg that's gonna be the working leg, even though the left leg is the one that's moving. So light touch on that chair. Make sure you're a good distance. We're gonna take a demi-plie into that standing leg. Tailbone is heavy. Arm reaches open to second, or keep it on that hip. We're gonna go forward to the side with the leg. Arm does the same thing. Forward and open. Forward and open. And open. And forward and open. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. We're holding it to the side on the next one for our pulses. It goes down and down, down and down. Keep breathing. Chest up. Easy shoulders. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and a little stretch up here. I'm gonna give myself just a little bit more space for this next one. So we're going from the side to the back. Arm goes from second, right in front, right in line with that shoulder, and back open. Here we go. Find that demi-plie in the standing leg. It stays put, and then we go back and side, and back, and side, back, and side, and side. 4. Little pitch forward of the shoulders and the leg goes back, just tiny, tiny. Hold this next one back, hold it here. Shoulders a little bit forward, little pulses. Chest up. Nice long back. Last 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch it up, give yourself a tiny rest. So we're going all the way from the back, all the way forward. Of course, we'll have that bend in the standing leg. Arm goes second. When the leg is behind, it comes overhead when we come in front. Here we go. Let's find that demi-plie and sweep it back and forward and back all the way and forward. Big sweep and forward and back and forward and back and forward and 3 and 2 and forward. Last one. Hold it forward. Here are your pulses. Down and down. Light touch on that chair, that bar. Heavy tailbone, easy shoulders. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Let's find that balance. Lift that leg if you can, or keep it there. Light touch on the floor or that glider. Here we go. Arms up. Breathing, balancing, finding it for yourself. Squaring off those hips. 4, 3, 2, and let's take that same stretch. Feet come together and just dive forward. Deep breath, and then rounding up, stacking the spine. All right, let's go ahead and put the chair off to the side. And we can take the glider out of our workspace, and we're gonna roll out the mat again. Now we're gonna come down onto the floor for some mat work. All right, so we're going to start seated. We're gonna do some seated abdominal work here, getting nice and tall in the spine. We're gonna bring the hands behind us. Have a nice kind of light touch with the hands. We're doing a little crunch here, and I'll show you a modification in a moment. So we're gonna send the legs out. Hover them if you can, but if you need to rest them lightly on the mat, that's okay. So shoulders are leaning back, legs are stretched away, and then we're going to crunch everything in to center. And stretch away, crunch everything into center. Now, at the bottom, when we stretch the legs away, we're gonna do a little open close. And then crunch in. Stretch away, open close. Keep going. If you would like a modification, you're gonna do a single leg. And then you're gonna open close that leg. And then the other leg comes up. You're gonna open close that leg. Just switching legs each time. That is fine to do. Open close. If that open close is too much, eliminate it. And stretch. 4 more here. 4, open close. 3, 2, last one. Finish that open close. Hold it here, pull those feet in. We're gonna take some tricep dips. Now if it's uncomfortable for you to do them on the floor like this, you're welcome to come off the edge of the seat of your chair and take your tricep dips there. That's fine, here we go. We're going to do 8 singles and then we're going to hold. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it halfway. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Back to singles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down and hold. Keep breathing. We have one more set of singles and one more hold. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Here's our hold. Holding. We'll keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring the bottom down. We're gonna come all the way down onto the back, and we're gonna do some bridging. So arms by your sides, legs are hip distance apart here, and we're gonna be lifting the hips up and down. Now you're welcome to leave both feet down if you would like to. If you feel good about it, lift one leg up to tabletop into a little march as you lift the hips up, place it back down, and lift, and up, and up, and down, and lift, and down. Again, feel free to leave both feet down the whole time. 4 more sets. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to change the position of the legs. We're going turned out. So heels are together, toes are apart, knees are open in a frog. Both feet are down, all the way up. I'm gonna pull my feet in a little bit closer to me when my hips are up, and then keep them there as you lower. And up, and down. Keep going here. I'm gonna turn so you can see that position of my legs just a little bit better. So I'm in that turned out position here. Just single bridges up and down. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2. Hold the hips up on the next one. We're gonna lift and lower those heels. Up and down. I'm gonna try to pull my feet in even closer to me. And up and down. Now you're probably gonna roll a little bit onto those smaller toes there. That's okay. Try to keep pulling your weight towards the balls of the big toes as much as you can. Totally fine if those heels separate when they go up. Now obviously, my whole body is kind of lifting and lowering here with those heels, but what I want to make sure to do is not crease at the hips and drop those hips when the heels lower. I'm still sending the hips up, tucking that tailbone, and down. 4, 3, 2, here we go. Hold the heels up if you can. Hold the feet in even closer to you. Get those heels together here if you can. Little squeezes here, little pulses. Keep pulling the belly in, keep pulling the ribs in so we don't start to get into that lower back here. We keep it in those glutes. Tiny, tiny Really isolate those glutes. Think tucking that tailbone even more every single time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it here. Keep those hips nice and high, press the knees open, and open, and open. Very similar to what we did when we were in our wide second plie earlier. Pressing open and open. Keep those hips high, keep squeezing those glutes like crazy. 8 more here. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it all the way down. Let's take a quick little stretch here. We're gonna stay right here on the mat for the next one. We're gonna take it into our double straight leg stretch. So legs go up to the ceiling from here. Hands come behind the head, and I'm gonna curl the head and shoulders up. If you prefer to leave your head and shoulders down onto the mat, that's okay. We're gonna turn out so we're in our Pilates stance here. Heels together, toes apart, just how we just were in our bridge. And you're gonna lower and scoop up, lift in, and lower. Only as far as you can go without losing that connection here. Make sure that low back is not peeling off the mat. And up. 8, 7, 6, 5, keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna stay right here. Pull one leg in towards you, send the other leg away. Head and shoulders up here. And then we're gonna switch for our scissors. And light hug on that leg. Try not to grab on and hold on for dear life. And switch, and switch, and reach, and reach. So we're getting that core work, and we're also getting that little stretch. And stretch, and reach, stretch, and reach. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's give the, let me finish that off. We'll give the neck just a little rest. And then right back up for our crisscross. Curling up, you may know as a bicycle crunch. So we're going to be crossing, twisting, and twisting. We're gonna add 3 pulses to each side. So we want to stay rock solid into the mat. Strong twist from the torso. Here we go. Pulse 3, 2, 1. Switch. And 3, 2, 1. And switch. Pulse 3, 2, 1. And switch. 3. They're small. Switch. 3, 2, 1. And switch. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And switch. 3, 2, 1. And switch. 3, 2, 1. And twist. 3, 2, 1 more time each side. 3, 2, 1, and twist. 3, 2, 1. Bring to center. Hug those knees into the chest. All right, we have our push-ups now. So grab underneath the legs, give yourself a little rock up to sitting. We're gonna come around. I like to do my push-ups on my knees. Then we're gonna take a wide position with the arms, so we're not gonna be in close like we would for tricep push-ups. We're gonna be nice and wide, work that chest. We're gonna start with a 4 count push-up. So I like to kind of use my mat as my guide with my hands. Back is nice and long, tailbone is tucked. Here we go. Down 4, 3, 2, 1, up 4, 3, 2. Again, down 4, 3, 2, 1, up 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, down, down. Pause. And pause. 1 more. And up. 2, 3. Now 2s. Halfway, all the way, halfway, and push. Good. Halfway, all the way, halfway, and push. Halfway, all the way, halfway, and push. 1 more. Halfway, all the way, halfway. Now we're gonna drop and hold. Come up on 3 counts. Here we go. Drop, hold, come up. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Up. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Up. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Drop, up, up, up. Let's reverse that. So we're gonna come down on 3, push up on 1. It goes 3, 2, 1, push. 3, 2, 1, push. 3, 2, 1, push. Last one. 3, 2, 1, and push. And send it back into a child's pose to stretch. All right, let's do some side lying work. So going to either side, I'm coming on to my right side. I'm gonna cross my top leg in front, and I'm just gonna kind of hold on to it. Hold it in place with my top hand. You can be up onto your forearm here, or you can be all the way down, resting on your hand. I'm gonna send my bottom leg out. I'm gonna flex that foot. And we're gonna lift and lower. You're welcome to rest it here for this first set. Rest all the way down to the mat, and then lift and down, and lift and down, up and down, and up, down, up and down. One more here. All right, here we go. We're gonna hold the next one up, little pulses. So now you don't get to rest it on the mat. The pulses do not have to be big, just nice and controlled. Keep breathing. Now take it into some circles, little circles. And don't worry about how perfect those circles are. If your leg is just kind of moving back and forth, that's okay. It's not too much of a circle, that is fine. Let's reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Awesome. All right, bring it down. We're gonna come right over onto our hands and knees from here. I'm gonna keep working that same leg. So my bottom right leg was working, so I'm gonna send that back right in line with the body, and I'm gonna send my left arm forward, and then bring it back in. And stretch, and in. 2 more like that. Staying on that same side, so we're not switching sides each time. Now stay there if that is feeling good to you. If you want to stoop it up just a little bit more, we're gonna bring it in for a crunch, a little tuck here, and stretch away. So that leg and that arm never come down. And round, and long, and round, and long, and round, and long. 4 more. 4, stretch. 3, and stretch. 2, reach. Last one. Now bring it down. We're gonna come down onto the forearms, and I'm gonna keep working that same leg. So I'm gonna send that leg back, and I'm gonna lift and lower. Up, and down, and up, and down. Easy shoulders. See how much you can square your weight, rather than just totally listing off to one side. And down. 4, and 3, and 2, tight belly. Last one, hold it up there for me. Little pulses up and up. Think about that knee getting a little bit longer with each pulse. All right, 8 more here. It goes 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, now we're gonna hold the leg up. You're gonna cross it, tap it down, get that inner thigh work there, and arc it up and over. Tap it as much to the side as you can get it. And around, arcing up and over. Keep going. I'm gonna turn to you so you have a different view of that movement. So leg stays straight, up and over. Get it as far to the side as you can. You should feel that hip. Good. And 4 more here. 3, 2, and last time, finish it off, over to the side, and then bring that leg in. Take a quick stretch here. All right, and then we're going to come onto the other side for our inner thigh work on the other side. So again, up onto your elbow, or we can come all the way down, and then just rest your head in your hand. Top leg comes up and over in front. Go ahead and grab onto that ankle. Just secure that leg in place gently with that hand. Flex that bottom foot, and we're gonna lift, and you can rest down here. and lift, and down, and up, and down. You should feel that inner thigh, and down, up, down, and lift, and up. 2, 1 more fold. Let's hold the next one up. Little pulses, tiny, tiny. We're just aiming to not let that leg touch the floor. So if you're just able to hold it there, but not pulse, that's fine. Stay there. Let's take it into our circles. Either direction works, we're gonna do both. Again, don't worry about how perfect those circles are. Don't get stuck on that. That leg is just kind of moving back and forth, that's okay. Just keep it up off that mat and reverse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, nice job. All right, let's bring it around onto our hands and knees. So I'm gonna stay working that leg. I'm gonna send it back, reach my opposite arm forward. So I've got my left leg back and my right arm forward, bring it down. Just 4 simple ones right here. And down. Reach, pull the belly in and down. Easy shoulders. Last one like this. Unless you'd like to stay here, and please do if you'd like, and otherwise, come with me as we round and tuck and stretch and round and stretch. Really get that spinal movement, that crunch. 4 more here. 4 and stretch. 3, 2, last one. Stay right here. Drop down onto those forearms. We're still working that same leg. Send it back, up, light tap, and lift. Light tap, and tap. Keep breathing. Again, trying to even out your weight rather than just leaning over to that one side. 2 more here. We're holding this last one up. Hold it, little pulses, up and up. Reach long through that knee, all the way through that foot. That foot can be flexed here if you prefer, that's fine. 8 more here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're gonna take it into our little arc. We're gonna cross it, squeeze those inner thighs, up and over, tap as far to the side as you can get, and cross. And I'm gonna adjust myself, and up and over, and cross, and up and over. Really pull that leg in like you're trying to kick yourself in the shoulder. You try to tap your shoulder. All right, 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, tight belly, easy shoulders. Finish this one off, and then bring it in. Quick little stretch. All right, last one. We're gonna work the back a little bit, get some extension. We're gonna do a breaststroke. So we're going to leave the legs on the mat to begin. A little separation, give your lower back some space. Hands come right by the shoulders. And we're gonna lift the arms and the chest up. And then this movement is just like breaststroke in the water. You're gonna reach forward. You're gonna sweep your arms out and back by your sides. Hold them in, lower down. Do it again. Lift up, stretch forward, sweep around, fold in, lower. Up, stretch forward, sweep, fold in, lower. One more like this. All right, if you'd like to, and your low back is feeling okay today, go ahead and lift the legs as the arms and the chest lift. Here we go. Up, forward, round, everything down. Forward, around, bring it down. Forward, around, one more. All right, let's finish this off. If you'd like to, stay up the whole time. Now you can stay up the whole time with just the upper body, or you can lift those legs up too, and everything stays lifted, or continue with what we've been doing. Here we go. Reach, sweep around, and reach, sweep around. Keep looking right down at your mat. Try not to look forward. Hold it here, And bring it down. Let's press right into a child's pose. Whew. Nice big stretch. All right. And now we're gonna take it into some stretching. So from here, we're gonna stretch the quads. You're gonna bring one leg forward. I have my left leg forward. My right leg is back, so you're in kind of a proposal position. And I want you to tuck that tailbone under, really squeeze that back glute. Opening up that hip. Go ahead and take that same arm as the leg that's behind you up and open up that side of the body. And then from here, we're gonna take that same arm, you're gonna drop it outside that front knee, giving yourself a little assistance in a twist. I'll turn to you so you can see that a little bit differently. So that arm was up, and I just brought it outside that knee. I'm just using it to help me twist. You can turn that palm in if that's more comfortable. And then from there, turn back, and you're gonna sit back onto that back heel. If you'd like to, you can tuck those toes under, or you can have the toes long. Try to flex that front foot, and round. And let's take that full sequence to the other side. So other leg comes forward, squeeze your glute, open up the front of that hip, and then that same arm can come up if that feels okay and you feel balanced. Feel free to grab that chair, pull it alongside you and rest your hand onto it or use the wall to help balance. We're gonna take that arm, drop it outside just for a little twist here. Again, you can turn that palm in if that's feeling better for you. Keep pressing that knee open. We don't want to allow that hand to push that knee in. And then back to center. Let's press it back for our hamstring stretch. Just sitting back onto the heel. Rounding over yourself. If you can, pull those front toes back towards you. Press that heel away, get a little extra there. And then bring both feet underneath you. Go ahead, press back onto your feet, folding deeply over your legs. Grab opposite elbows, and then just start to swing side to side. And then go ahead and relax the arms. Start to roll up through the spine, nice and slow. Feel your spine stretching as you go. Tuck that tailbone under here. Get that round in the lower back. All the way up. Nice parallel hip distance. Interlace those fingers. Stretch those arms up overhead. Keep pulling those ribs and shoulders down. Stretch up and over to one side. Trying to keep those hips stacked right over the knees, so we want to try to avoid letting the hips swing out to the side. Stretch up through center, over to the other side, keeping those hips in place. Back up through center. We're going to bring those arms right in front, bend the knees and round, and I'll turn so you can see that just a little bit better, scrunching out the back. And then you're going to stretch up to the ceiling again. Release the hands and then draw the elbows down, arching the back, lifting the chest up to the ceiling. And reach up one more time. Arch back. Squeeze your bottom here, pull the belly tight. Now turn to you. Stretch up and over. Relax the arms down, 2 big shoulder rolls. And release any of that tension in the shoulders. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you got a good sweat in. As always, if you have any questions or feedback for us, please let us know. Thank you again for being here with me today, everyone. I hope to see you soon.